We are talking about yourself today, introducing yourself, telling people about your life, answering that scary question.
Here is how this works. Chloe tells us what happens. Then we explain everything. Ready? Let us start.
I am at a networking event. A man walks up to me. He smiles. He looks friendly.
Hi, I am David.
Hi, I am Chloe.
Nice to meet you, Chloe. So tell me about yourself.
My brain stops. Tell me about yourself. Such a simple question, but suddenly, nothing. My mind is completely blank. What do I say? Where do I start? I panic. I am from the US.
Oh, nice. What brings you to London?
What brings me? Work. I work here.
Cool. What do you do?
I work in marketing. He waits. He is smiling, waiting for me to say more, but I do not know what to say. The silence feels so long, so awkward.
Tell me about yourself. This is one of the most common questions. At job interviews, at parties, at networking events, and it is terrifying.
Why is it terrifying? Because it is so open, so big. You do not know what they want to hear.
Your brain thinks, do I talk about my job, my hobbies, where I am from, my whole life story?
And while you are thinking, silence, awkward silence.
But here's the truth. They do not want your whole life story. They just want to know who you are right now.
Let me show you what I should have said. Let me go back to that moment.
So tell me about yourself.
Well, I am originally from California. I moved to London 2 years ago for work. I work in marketing for a tech company. I love it here. The city is amazing.
Oh, cool. What do you like most about London?
The culture, the history, and the coffee shops. I spend way too much time in coffee shops.
Me too.
See? Much better. Not perfect, but real. Human. Natural.
Originally from means where you were born, where you grew up.
I moved to London 2 years ago. That tells them when you came, how long you have been here.
For work means that is why you moved. You came because of your job.
I love it here. That shows your feelings about the place. Positive, happy.
Way too much time means more time than you should. It is a little joke, a little honest. People like that.
But here is the hard part. Sometimes people ask this question at job interviews, and then it feels different, more serious, more pressure.
Let me show you. I am at a job interview. I am nervous. My hands are sweating.
So, Max, tell me about yourself.
My mind goes blank again, just like Chloe. I know my experience, I know my skills, but right now, nothing. I have 5 years of experience in software development. She waits. She wants more. But I freeze. That is all I can think of. 5 years, that is it. My brain is empty.
This happens to everyone. Even native speakers freeze at this question.
Why? Because we overthink it. We try to find the perfect answer.
But there is no perfect answer. There is only your answer.
Let me try again. Here is what I should have said.
So, Max, tell me about yourself.
I've been working in software development for 5 years. I started at a small startup where I learned to build apps from scratch. Then I moved to a bigger company where I focused on user experience. I love solving problems. That is why I'm excited about this role.
Great. Tell me more about that startup experience.
And now we are talking. The conversation flows. No more awkward silence.
Listen, I have been working means you still do this work. It is your current experience.
I started at means that is where you began, your first job or first step.
From scratch means from the beginning, from zero. You built everything yourself.
I focused on means that was your main work, your specialty.
I am excited about this role means you really want this job. You care about it.
If something was too fast, you can go back and listen again. Take your time. But wait, there is something else. Something we have not talked about yet.
What is that?
Sometimes this question comes at a party or a casual event, and then people do not want to hear about your job at all.
Right. They want to know you, the person, not the worker.
So what do you say then?
Let me show you. I am at a party. A woman sits next to me.
Hi, I am Emma.
Hi, I am Chloe.
So, Chloe, tell me about yourself.
This time I am ready. I take a breath. Well, I just moved to London a few months ago. I am still exploring the city. I love trying new restaurants, and I am a bit obsessed with British crime dramas.
Oh my God, me too. Have you seen the new series on Netflix?
Yes, it is so good. And just like that, we are friends.
See the difference? At work, talk about your job. At a party, talk about your life.
I just moved means very recently, a few weeks or months ago.
I am still exploring means you are new. You are discovering things. You have not seen everything yet.
I love trying new restaurants means you enjoy food. You like adventure. You are open to new things.
A bit obsessed means you really, really like this thing. Maybe too much, but in a fun way.
Here is the real secret. The question, tell me about yourself, is actually a gift.
A gift? How?
Because you get to choose. You choose what to share. You choose what matters right now.
At a job interview, share your skills and experience.
At a party, share your interests and personality.
At a networking event, share your background and goals.
You decide, not them. You.
But what if you do not know what to say? What if your mind goes blank?
Then you start small, very small.
Say your name. Say where you are from. Say what you do.
3 things. That is all. Then wait. They will ask more questions.
You don't need to fill the silence with everything. Just start. The conversation will grow.
I learned this the hard way. I used to panic at this question. Every time.
Me too. I would either say too much or say nothing.
Too much is when you talk for 5 minutes and they just wanted 1 minute.
Nothing is when you freeze and say, I do not know.
Both are bad. But you know what? It is okay. We all do this.
The more you practice, the easier it gets.
And here is something important. You can prepare.
Before a job interview, write down 3 things about your experience.
Before a party, think of 2 things you like or do for fun.
You do not memorize, you just think, so your brain is ready.
And when they ask, tell me about yourself, you will not freeze. You will have something to say.
Okay, let us practice the key phrases together.
Someone asks you to introduce yourself. What do they say?
Tell me about yourself.
You want to say where you grew up. How do you say that?
I am originally from California, or I am from California.
You moved to a city for your job. How do you say that?
I moved here for work, or I moved here 2 years ago for work.
You have worked in your field for 5 years. How do you say that?
I have been working in software development for 5 years.
You began at a small company. How do you say that?
I started at a small startup, or I started at a small company.
You built something from the beginning. How do you describe that?
I built it from scratch, or from the beginning.
Your main work was in one area. How do you say that?
I focused on user experience, or my focus was on user experience.
You just moved very recently. How do you say that?
I just moved here, or I just moved here a few months ago.
You are discovering a new city. How do you say that?
I am still exploring, or I am still exploring the city.
You really like something a lot. How do you say that?
I am a bit obsessed with British crime dramas, or I love trying new restaurants. Thank you so much for listening. We really appreciate you being here.
And remember, if you want to practice, leave a comment. Introduce yourself. Tell us about yourself. We read every comment.
Keep practicing. You are doing great.
Next episode, hobbies. What you do for fun.